Ken, let's get right to the Orioles-Angels trade. I love a big leaguer for big leaguer deal. We kind of smashed the Orioles for this one for giving up on Grayson Rodriguez, but what do you think?
Well, I heard what you guys were saying, and certainly your points of view are understandable. I did talk to some people this morning. I think I have a little bit better feel for where the Orioles are on this, and I'll try to relay that now. Obviously, Grayson Rodriguez, even if he's healthy in 2026, is going to be probably on some kind of innings limit. He's not going to pitch 150 innings in this next season after all that he has been through. Hasn't pitched since July 31st, 2024 in the major leagues. So that's 2026. Then you ask, okay, that's fine, but what about the next 3 years? Because he's under club control for all of them. And that is where the Orioles are obviously showing a vote of no confidence here in his ability to stay healthy long term. And they feel that in getting Taylor Ward, a guy who is a right-handed bat, and remember, there's a shortage of right-handed hitting outfielders in this market, a severe shortage. Well, they're going to be better in 2026, and they're taking the gamble that Grayson Rodriguez is not going to haunt them. Obviously, it is a gamble, and I can see both sides of it, but what you guys were saying about giving up that long-term starting pitching asset, no team wants to do that. The fact that the Orioles did it, to me, indicates that they just feel that he's never going to be the guy we all thought he's going to be. And now if you're Grayson Rodriguez, you want to prove them wrong.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Speaking of proving people wrong, we were arguing the last few days about qualifying offers. Four guys, Ken. Did the teams make mistakes when they put out these qualifying offers? Or did they expect a lot of these guys to say, yes, yeah, I'll take $22 million. Ken, I'll take your $22 million you make.
AJ, when a team makes that decision to extend the qualifying offer, they're taking a calculated gamble. And they're saying, okay, if the guy accepts, we're good with that. With the team doing that, with them making the qualifying offer, they have to be good with the player taking it. Now, the risk is the player does take it and maybe they don't have enough payroll to cover it, or if they need the player or want the player, he leaves and they get draft pick compensation and only that in return. Each case is different. I wrote about them all last week, and honestly, I was surprised by the starting pitchers, Woodruff and Imanaga, more so than Grisham and Torres taking them, because starting pitching seems to be at such a premium. And you would think that those guys would command multi-year deals, and maybe they would have, Woodruff and Imanaga. I'm sure they could have, actually. But with the qualifying offer number now at $22.025 million, over $22 million, it's awfully enticing for all of these guys. And you guys touched on this earlier. Scott did. Guys who are not elite, they're the guys who get hammered by the qualifying offer because teams are reluctant to sign them, give up the draft picks, extend the multi-year contract, all of that. So in each case, I understand where the player was coming from. Even with the lockout looming after this season, they're taking the calculated gamble of their own that we'll go back in the market next year with no qualifying offer attached to us. And regardless of the lockout, it doesn't deter necessarily what free agency is going to be, and they'll take their chances again. Now, Grisham is the one that is probably the most fascinating of these acceptances. And I know Yankee fans all over the place were screaming and yelling last night, this is going to screw us up. Well, I'm sure fans in other cities, without the largesse of the Yankees, without the resources of the Yankees, have no pity for their particular situation. The Yankees, too, knew that Trent Grisham might take it. They knew he had one good year after a kind of up and down career, and certainly the possibility existed, even in a thin market for outfielders, where he was probably the third best behind Tucker and Bellinger. But at the same time, they'll figure this out, and they're going to have to figure it out financially. But I know Hal Steinbrenner talks about getting under $300 million all the time, and that's his goal, it seems. But my gosh, they can absorb Trent Grisham. They can sign Cody Bellinger. They can fix their starting pitching, add to their bullpen. They can do all of that, even with Trent Grisham signing. It's not like the Pittsburgh Pirates just got stuck with $22 million they don't want. And the Brewers, one more thing here, guys. We wrote about this today, Will Salmon and I. The assumption a lot of people made after Woodruff accepted was that, Freddie Peralta's gone. In fact, when I tweeted the news yesterday, the first response was, bye-bye, Freddie. Not necessarily. In fact, the way the Brewers are talking, not that way at all. We quoted in this story their owner, Mark Attanasio, and their president of baseball operations, Matt Arnold, as saying these are different scenarios, independent of each other, and we are excited about our rotation. If you're excited about your rotation, on the record, I doubt you'll be breaking up that rotation anytime soon. Freddie Peralta is making $8 million. Corbin Burns was making $15 million. Much different scenario.
Holiday shopping season is here, and we have you covered from head to toe.
Let's talk about an area that's not quite close to the toes. Let's get crazy with this holiday season. Yeah, that's MeUndies I'm spinning around, but the holiday season, now you can get MeUndies with some holiday prints on them.
That's right, ridiculously soft fabric holiday prints, matching holiday prints with your special person, or you can coordinate PJs for the family photo. And right now you can get up to 50% off with the code FOUL. We rock MeUndies. You should too. We're talking over 30 million pairs sold. Knock out all your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies to get exclusive holiday deals up to, yep, I said it, 50% off. Go to MeUndies.com/foul and enter promo code FOUL. That's MEUNDIES.com/FOUL. Promo code FOUL for up to 50% off.
Has the qualifying offer gotten too big for its britches? Because the players are now taking it and the owners are like, wait a minute, this was an advantage to us. Does this change and it gets completely wiped out?
It could, Eric, I'm sorry. And
No!
if you remember in the last CBA, I apologize already. I am sorry, Eric, for calling you by the wrong name.
I'm not offended.
I'm sorry, AJ, for calling Eric by the wrong name. In the last CBA, if you guys remember, the qualifying offer was on the table in exchange for an international draft. Now, given this next set of negotiations, I have no idea what kind of offer is going to be made regarding the qualifying offer. But at the same time, it certainly will be something that is subject to negotiation. And of course, the owners might seek an entirely new landscape with a salary cap. I don't know that they will achieve that. I seriously doubt that they will, but that would change things too if they achieved a salary cap. So yeah, it certainly will be negotiated. Eric, and now AJ, you can ask a question.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ken. By the way, Eric says that's the biggest compliment he's ever been giving in his life. So thank you for making Eric's life. Ken, that was really nice of you. But what I want to know is you brought up the Pirates, okay? And you said, oh, it's not like the Pirates eating it. Did the Pirates really make an offer to Josh? I mean, then the offer wasn't really close to what he ended up getting. So it's like me saying, Ken, you're going to buy me dinner one day. It's like it's never going to happen. So like the Pirates like, oh, hey, guys, we got to like 75 to 80 million. He signed for 92 million. Is this all just posturing by the Pirates to say, hey, we're trying, fans?
First off, I believe they made the offer because Jeff Passan reported it, and I have no reason to believe that the report was inaccurate. Now, the motivations and the actual realities here and what might happen, different story. Last week at the meetings, we reported this. We started hearing that both the Marlins and the Pirates were talking about being more aggressive with their payrolls, spending more this offseason. Now, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. And if you're a Kyle Schwarber or a Josh Naylor or any major free agent, let's throw Pete Alonso in there too, since the Pirates clearly are looking for a bat. If you have a better alternative than the Pirates, you're going to take that alternative, unless the Pirates go above where everyone else is in the market. They didn't do that, according to Jeff Passan's report, with Naylor. So it's nice that they're trying, but let's see them start succeeding. And you know what, too? Free agency is one way to get players. There's another way to get players and take on money, and it's through trades. And you can take money off a team's hands, and that perhaps is the better way for the Pirates to go because free agency is going to be difficult for them. Like I said, any free agent with a better option, a more competitive option in terms of what they're going to do on the field, the team, they're going to take that option rather than play for Pittsburgh.
Mark Feinsand from MLB wrote they might up the payroll by 40, 50 mil. They were at 85 mil according to Cott's contracts in 2025, which ranked 26, highest since they ranked 26 in 2018 when they had 90.6 mil, just to show how pathetic it's been there. So can we all just have a little laugh when we see, they have interest in someone like Kyle Schwarber for example, do we really think Kyle Schwarber is going to make a decision to sign with the Pirates over everyone else? I think we just want to know how we should set the tone with Pittsburgh the rest of the offseason here.
The only way Kyle Schwarber signs with them is if they outbid everyone by, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 million, whatever the case might be. And they're not going to do that. So I am interested to see what the Pirates do. And when I wrote about them last week, I said, believe it or not, these teams, the Pirates and Marlins, are talking about increasing payroll. And it's believe it when you see it, like I said. So let's see how this plays out before judging them, because I do expect them to take on payroll. Now, whether they do it wisely or not and how they do it, that remains to be seen. But at the very least, it's encouraging these teams are doing that. What their motivations are, that's a conversation for another day.